Is there any introduction?
No, we can go ahead.
Okay. In the past few sessions, the prayogas of Sandalahari were described. Saraswata prayogas, Vishahara prayogas, Garuda prayogas. Vasya prayogas. There are also an aspect of Sandalahari. In the last sloka, very rare people who are fortunate and who are pure in their hearts, Mridita Mallam Ayena Manasa, they are able to see the glimpse of Devi in their Sahasrara Padma, Mahapadmatavi. Tatil Lekhatanvim, Tapanasashi Vaishwanaраmayim, Nishannam Shannam Apyapari Kamalanam Tavakalam, Mahapadmatavyam, Mridita Mallam Ayena Manasa, Mahanta Pashyanto Dadhati Paramahlada Laharim. That was the sloka which was dealt in the last session. Now, we will be taking the next sloka onwards from today. You can play the 22nd sloka. Bhavani Tvam Dasemayi Vitaradrishtim Sukarunam.
Ji, Swami.
भवानि त्वं दासे
भवानि त्वं दासे
मयि वितरदृष्टिं सकरुणाम्
मयि वितरदृष्टिं सकरुणाम्
इति स्तोतुं वाञ्छन्
इति स्तोतुं वाञ्छन्
कथयति भवानि त्वमिति यः
कथयति भवानि त्वमिति यः
तदैव त्वं तस्मै
तदैव त्वं तस्मै
दिशसि निजसायुज्य पदवीम्
दिशसि निजसायुज्य पदवीम्
मुकुन्द ब्रह्मेन्द्रस्फुटमकुटनीराजितपदाम्
मुकुन्द ब्रह्मेन्द्र स्फुटमकुटनीराजितपदाम्
Bhavani Tvam Dasemayi Vitaradrishtim Sakarunam. Iti stotum vanchan kathayati Bhavani Tvam iti yaha. Tadaivatvam tasmai dishasi nijasa ayujya padavim mukunda brahmendra sputam kuda nirajita padam. This sloka describes the greatness of Devi. It also describes a nature, a separate nature of Devi, a special nature of Devi. Here it is told like a small incident where a devotee prays to Devi. The devotee prays to mother that, "O Bhavani, O my mother, please shower upon me your merciful look." This is the prayer. Bhavani is Saptami Ekavachana. Bhavani Tvam Dasemayi Vitaradrishtim Sakarunam. Please shower your merciful glances on me, on this Dasa or servant of yours. This is the prayer. Dasemayi Vitaradrishtim Sakarunam is the prayer. But Devi grants him some other boon. The prayer or the wish of the devotee is for the glances of the Devi or Divine Mother. But beyond his expectations, beyond what his prayers are, Devi bestows him the Sayujya or the great oneness with Devi herself, which is more difficult to be attained even by Brahma, Vishnu, Rudra, etc. She bestows him eternal life, which is not even prayed by the devotee. This is the content of the sloka. Bhavani tvam dasemayi vitradrishtim sukaranam iti stotam vanchan. The devotee wants to pray like that. Iti stotam vanchan. Kathayati bhavani tvam itiyaha. And he starts praying. Bhavani tvam, like that he starts praying. Tadaiva, in that moment itself, in that second itself, tvam tasmai dishasi nija sayujya padavim. You give him, you bestows him the sayujya padavi, the position of sayujya, the position of oneness with you, which is more difficult to be attained by Mukunda Brahmendra Sputa Mukudani Rajita Padam. That pada, that holy feat, or that particular attainment is more difficult for even the Brahma, etc. Is the content of the particular sloka. This is a very brief meaning that I have told. This has got some grammatical implications also. This has some connections with the Upanishad Vakyas, Tattvamasi, etc., Aham Brahmasmi, etc. It contains the essence of that particular Mahavakyas. The seeker or the Upasaka prays to Devi for her merciful glances. Bhavani tvam dasevai vitardrishtim sukarunam. She bestows him the Sayujya. There are 4 types of mukti which is told in the scriptures: Sarupya, Samipya, Salokya, and Sayujya. Samipya means being near to Devi. Sarupya means becoming one like Devi herself in the Rupa. Salokya is being in the same world as Devi is staying. Sayujya is oneness with Devi. That is the highest mukti. Anarghya Kaivalya Padadagini, it is told in Sri Lalita Sahasranam. The sinless, pure, Kaivalya, oneness with Devi is what is the highest mukti. All the other mokshas are inferior when you consider the greatness of Kaivalya Mukti. Here, the devotee prays for something. The Devi bestows him something higher, something which is most highest. That shows the nature of Devi. The devotee is suffering, actually, with a lot of worldly sufferings. He wants a relief. He wants, when we go to Mahatmas, when we go to Amma, when maybe there will be a lot of crowd, usually. So the people get a little bit concerned whether Amma will be able to meet me, whether she will look at me, whether she will speak to me. But once the glances fall on you, you feel very happy that she has recognized me. She is happy to meet me, to see me. And then when she speaks a few words, when she consoles you, you feel absolutely happy. So the glances are very, very important. Looking at you, looking straight at you, especially the Mahatmas, Kataksha Vikshana, Rijwati Karunya Sudhabhivashtya, it is told in Viveka Chodamani. We wish to be blessed by them by a straightforward look. For Devi, it is not even necessary. It is necessary even if the side glances, if we are able to get that, that itself is good enough. So here, the devotee is not expecting too much. Generally, the devotees are very, very humble. Generally, they feel too small. Generally, a devotee is considering himself to be a dasa, a servant of Devi, an instrument of Devi. So here, he does not expect too much from Devi. He only expects that she might look at him with her merciful glances. Certainly, Devi obliges. She looks at him, understands his prayer, and bestows him something higher than what he seeks for. He was looking for a salokya, sarupya, samipya, the muktis. He did not even expect that. Only a mere glance will do. That was his expectation. But the Sayujya itself is bestowed by Devi. The oneness with Devi is bestowed upon him. The Mahavakyas say that you are one with Brahman. Brahma with Brahmaiva bhavati. Aham Brahmasmi. Tattvamasi. All these Mahavakyas say that you are one with Brahman. The person who is doing the upasana becomes one with the deity. There is no difference between him and Devi. Aham ityeva vibhavaye maheshi, it is told in the Dhyana sloka of Lalita Sahasranama also. There is an example given in the text. Anichannapi samsprishto dhatyavaki pavakaha. We touch the fire even without being aware of it. We did not know that it was a hot pan. But unfortunately, we touched that and our hands get burned. We did not know that it is a poison, but we consumed it. We definitely suffer that consequence. Similarly, even if we do not pray for it, the Devi bestows something higher. This shows the nature of Devi. He is praying for something, the Devi understands something else. Whether this fellow is asking for the Mahavakya, the benefit of a Mahavakya, he wants to become one with me. He is praying for a merciful glances of Devi, but Devi is understanding something higher. I will narrate an incident from my life. I was studying in Trivandrum for my Ayurvedic studies for post-graduation. And for 3-4 years, I had been visiting ashram, but without much of a formal introduction. We are not doing any business with Amma. So I did not bother about introducing myself. Now, moreover, I was not that much worthy also. I was a mere student. So in my opinion, I have not contributed much to the ashram by money or by services. But I was sincerely pursuing mantra japa, etc. in Trivandrum. And I used to visit Amma at least once in a week for her Devi Bhava Darshan and get her blessings every week, if possible twice a week, sometimes during all the other functions like birthday, Krishna Jayanti, etc. So 3-4 years I had been doing this. And my study was over in Trivandrum, so I thought I will join some other. I had no income also in Trivandrum because my stipend was over. So I had to look for a job. So I had a small job in Coimbatore. So I thought I will go and join there and continue my spiritual pursuit in whatever way that is possible, that was possible at that point of time. So after completing my studies, I visited the ashram, and generally I am very hesitant to speak. But because I am leaving Trivandrum and going to some other place, I thought I will just mention it to Amma. So it was in the hut that Amma was giving darshans, and a few people were gathered there. Nearly about 100 people were there. So my turn came, and I was beginning to tell Amma that my study is over in Trivandrum and I'm going to Coimbatore. I never expressed my spiritual interests to Amma. But suddenly, I never expected any questions from Amma because she generally doesn't ask me anything. So, but to my surprise, Amma started asking me a few questions. Is your spiritual interest is finished? Are you going to stop your spiritual sadhanas? Like that she was asking me. So I didn't have an answer. I said in a broken sentences that my study is over in Trivandrum and I have got a job in Coimbatore. Like that, and I was trying to say something, which she didn't listen at all. She was again asking me whether my spiritual pursuit is over. So I said I didn't have a livelihood because I had to have my food and other necessities are also there. So I said I didn't have anything for my livelihood. I had to look for a job. So Amma said, everything is available in the ashram, so why should you look for something else? I was seeking blessings from Amma for a job. She was asking me to join the ashram. That was what I understood at that point of time. So I was also surprised. I didn't want to disobey Amma's instructions. So I further asked Amma that whether should I go to my home and tell them that I'm going to join the ashram, or should I say that I'm doing some service? Already I have spent a lot of time in studies. 8 years in Coimbatore, 2 years of work, and another 3 years for MD, and that also lagged a little bit. So nearly 12, 13 years I have spent in my studies. Anyway, Amma said, you do like that. You go to your home and tell them and get the permission and then come. Here, I was seeking Amma's blessings for getting a job. Amma was blessing me to become an ashramite. My pursuit was for material prosperity. Amma's instruction was for my spiritual benefits. So that was 33 years before. So till today, I'm in her loving guidance. I'm able to pursue my spiritual path. And this shows the nature of Devi. You are seeking something which is lower, which is not eternal, which is not permanent. Whatever material prosperity you may achieve in this life is not going to stay with you. Millions of people have lived in this earth. Not a single person has carried anything along with him when he dies. We are not sure about our future births. It is dependent upon the karmas. It is dependent upon the activities that are being done in this world. So which is more eternal, which is more permanent, which is more beneficial for not only for this birth, for the upcoming births also. We believe in the continuity of birth. We believe that whatever we do in this birth will continue in the next birth also. The good karmas will follow us in the next birth. The negative activities that we do, for that we will have to repay it in the next birth. This is our belief. So, in this particular sloka, Bhavanitvam Dasemayi Vitradashtim Sukarnam, the nature of Devi is told. Generally, the people seek for material prosperity, bhakti. Devi also bestows them the moksha. The same is told in another sloka, Avidyanam Antasviram Hiradvipanagari, Jadanam Chaitanyastavakamakarandas Sutijari. I'm sorry. Bhayat Tratum Datum Phalamapija Vanchasamadhikam. People seek for Abhaya, they are given moksha. Bhakti, Mukti are bestowed by Devi. Even the materials which are not sought also are given by Devi. Sayujya itself is given to them. The devotee asks for a blessing. Devi understands a higher purpose in it and then bestows that also. Is the content of this sloka. Nija Sayujya Padavim, the original, the eternal Sayujya is bestowed upon him. Which is more difficult to be attained even by the Brahmadi Devas. Mukunda Brahmendra Sputa Mukuta Nirajita Padam. They are standing near Devi, near her feet, and their kiritas, their crowns, the diamonds in their crowns is doing nirajana, is doing Karpura Arati to Devi's feet. So that Sayujya is given to Devis. So here, the Aikyanusandhana, considering yourself one with Devi, is being emphasized, which is considered as a higher sadhana, japa, more than japa, homa, etc. Aikyanusandhana, thinking yourself to be one with the Devi, is considered more important in the Shakta Upasana that is being emphasized in this particular sloka. So, Bhavanitvam Dasemayi Vitradashtim Sakarunam iti stotum vanchan Kathayati Bhavanitvam itiyaha tadaivatvam tasmai dishasi nija sayujya padavim Mukunda Brahmendra Sputamukuta Nirajita Padam is the content of this sloka. Then we can play the next sloka, 23rd sloka. Namashwaya. Can we play the next?
Tvaya hritva vamam vapura paritriptena manasa sharirardham shambhoh aparamapi shanke hritamabhut yadetattvadrupam सकलमरुणाभं त्रिनयनं
सकलमरुणाभं त्रिनयनम्
कुचाभ्यामानम्रम्
कुचाभ्यामानम्रम्
कुटिलशशिचूडालमकुटम्
कुटिलशशिचूडालमकुटम्.
Here, this sloka describes the oneness of Devi with Lord Shiva. Tvaya hrutva vamam vapur aparitriptena manasa. By great penance, you attained half the body of Lord Shiva. You were not fully satisfied. Vapur aparitriptena. Aparitripta, you are not tripta. And you grabbed the other part of Lord Shiva also. Aparamapi Shanke Hritam Abhut. That is what I am doubting in my mind. Shanke. That is my ashanka. That is my doubt. Because when I see you, you are having a crescent moon on your crown. Your whole body is looking Aruna Varna. You are having a Trinayana, just like Lord Shiva. Kuchabhyam Anambram, you have two breasts and a little bit hunchback to your. So I am not able to find Lord Shiva separate. I am able to see only you. Because your resemblance with Lord Shiva is so much. So this is the brief meaning of this particular sloka. O Bhagavati, Shambhoho Vamam Vapuho. The left part of Lord Shiva, Tvaya Hrutva, that was taken away by you. Left part you took, that is okay. Aparitriptena manasa, still you are not satisfied. Aparam sharirardhamapi, the other part of the body is also Hrutam. I think that might have been taken by you. Hrutam abhut iti ashanke. That is what I am doubting. Yadetat tadrupam, because when I am seeing this particular form, Sakalam Arunabham, it is looking reddish everywhere. Whereas Lord Shiva is white, Gauranga, whereas you are looking red. Trinayanam, you are having a three-eyed, you are three-eyed. Kuchabhyam Anamram, you are having a slightly hunchbacked because of the heaviness of the breasts. Kudila Shashi Chudala Makutam, you are having a crescent moon on your kirita or in your crown. Though here, in the South India, the worship of Devi is never separate with the Lord Shiva. In Jnanapana it is told, Mata me Parvati Devi, Achanum Pundan Ammayum Undallo, Rakshichiduvan, Ulanalukayum. Bhikshanam Nallo, Annavum Undallo, Bakshichiduga Tanne Vaniyullu. It is told in Jnanapana. In Annapurneshwari Sava, it is told, Mata me Parvati Devi, Pita Devo Maheshwara. Bandhava Shiva Bhaktasta Swadesho Bhavanatrayam, it is told. In all the South Indian temples, especially in Tamil Nadu, you will find Lord Shiva as the main deity. In fact, the Meenakshi temple, the most famous Meenakshi temple, is not a Devi temple. It is a Lord Shiva's temple, Chokkanatha's temple. The famous Kottarakara temple is a Shiva temple, but it is more known for Ganapati. Kottarakara Ganapati Kshetra, people are calling it like that. In many places, Lord Shiva remains silent. the others dominate over him. So, but the worship is always for both father and mother. There is a great sloka called Abhirami Antadi, in which in many places that particular poet praises Lord Shiva, calling him as his father. So similarly, Shankaracharya also is praising Lord Shiva here, who is not the dominant partner in this. Now, when he looks at the form of Devi, she is having three-eyed. She is three-eyed. She is reddish in color, Aruna Varna. Aruna Kausamba Vastra Bhaswat Katitadi. Even her dress is also Aruna. Her aura is also Aruna. Arunam Karunatarangitakshim, it is told. She is having a crescent moon just like Lord Shiva. It is called a Samayachara because she is one with Lord Shiva in 5 ways. Nama Samya, Kriya Samya, Rupa Samya, Avasthana, Adhisthana Samya. In all these 5 aspects, Nama, Rupa, Kriya, Adhisthana, and Avasthana, she is one with Lord Shiva. So there is no difference between Lord Shiva and Devi. So here Shankaracharya sees Devi in Arunavarna, Trinayana, with a crescent moon on her crown. And he is not able to find any difference between Lord Shiva and Devi. So he tells a doubt. You occupied half the body of Lord Shiva after a great penance. There is a big story which is connected with the Tiruvannamalai here. Once a Bringi Rishi came to have a darshan of Lord Shiva. He was Ekanta Bhakta of Lord Shiva. He does not believe in Devi, or he does not respect her. He wanted to circumambulate and prostrate Lord Shiva. When he went, he found that Devi was sitting near him. So he took a form of a bringa or a beetle and then went around Lord Shiva alone, and he did not respect Devi. And she became annoyed. Devi became jealous. Devi felt that she was disrespected by Bringi Rishi. So she thought about that particular devotion of Bringi Maharshi. Because they were having 2 forms, Lord Shiva and Lord Devi, Goddess Devi having 2 forms. The Bringi Maharshi could circumambulate only to Lord Shiva. If they were one, this would not have happened. So she did a big penance for a very long time and attained oneness with Lord Shiva, inseparability. She occupied half the body of Lord Shiva in Tiruvannamalai. Even with this also, she was not satisfied. That is what Shankaracharya tells in this particular sloka. Even with half the part, the Lord Shiva liberally gave half of his body to Devi. Bestowing her wish to become one with him. Still, she was not happy. She wanted, it is a British India Company method. They came here for selling something, and they occupied the whole country, which is what they did in every country. You come for something and throw away the other. It's like a camel entering the tent. It wanted only the nose to be put inside, and ultimately the owner had to go out. So similarly, the Devi is adopting the same trick. She wanted half the body of Lord Shiva, which he obliged. Now she wants the other part of Lord Shiva also, which also he obliged. They became one. They became inseparable. There was no difference between Lord Shiva and Devi. Or they are having the five samyas, one in name, one in form, one in their kriyas, one in their places, like Muladhara, Adhisthana, etc. So they became one in every aspect. They became, Shiva Sayujya was attained by Devi. There was no difference between Shiva and Devi. So this is the Uttara Kaula Siddhanta. Shiva is not different from Devi. Or the Shiva Tattva is within Devi Tattva. It is Antarbhuta, Antarleena. So this particular aspect is in a lighter sense, in a lighter manner, is described by Shankaracharya. Tvaya hritva vam vapur aparitriptena manasa sharirardham shanke aparamapi hritam abhut yadedat tadrupam sagalam arunabham trinayanam kuchabhyam anamram kudila shashi chodala makutam is the 23rd sloka. We can go for the next sloka, 24th sloka, Jagat Sute.
Ji.
जगत्सूते धाता
जगत्सूते धाता
हरिरवति रुद्रः क्षपयते
हरिरवति रुद्रः क्षपयते
तिरस्कुर्वन्नेतत्
तिरस्कुर्वन्नेतत्
स्वमपि वपुरीशस्तिरयति
स्वमपि वपुरीशस्तिरयति
सदा पूर्वः सर्वम्
सदा पूर्वः सर्वम्
तदिदमनुगृह्णाति च शिवः
तदिदमनुगृह्णाति च शिवः
तवाज्ञामालम्ब्य
तवाज्ञामालम्ब्य
क्षणचलितयोर्भ्रूलतिकयोः
क्षणचलितयोर्भ्रूलतिकयोः
Jagat Sute, O Bhagavati, the world is being created by Brahma. Dhata, the Vidhata of Brahma creates this world. Harihi Avati, the Vishnu looks after it well. Rudra Kshapayate, the Ishvara dissolves it. Dissolution happens by Rudra. Ishvaraha yetat tiraskurvan swam vapuhu api tirayati. The tiraskara, tirodhana kritya is being done by Ishvara. And Sadapurva Shivaha, Sadashivaha, the Shiva who is having Sada before his name, Sadashiva, blesses Anugranhati cha Shivaha. Everything is done not by themselves, but by Kshanachalitayoho, Brulatayoho, Tavajnam Alambya. You gave an order, not by words, not by big commands, not by a big lecture. not by 1 hour talk, just by a mere glance, momentary glance. You moved your eyebrows for a moment, for a second, and they understood that to be your command. And everybody did their job perfectly. The Panchakritya is being described in this particular sloka. This is the very brief meaning of this particular sloka. Brahma creates this world, Vishnu does the avana or the protection. Shiva, Rudra destroys it. Ishvara makes it disappear. And Sadashiva blesses this. By the order given by you, not verbally, but by a mere glance or by mere movement of your eyebrows, which is being followed by the five murtis or the five great people of this universe. This Thavara Jangamatmaka world, there are plants, there are animals, there are movables and immovables, having Chaitanya and not having Chaitanya. The whole universe is controlled by five forces. They are called as Panchakrityas: Srishti, Sthiti, Samhara, Tirodhana, and Anugraha. It is told that in the end only Sadashiva remains, all the others dissolve. So Devi is called as Panchakritya Parayana. She is doing the Panchakrityas in a perfect manner. Aneka Koti Brahmanda Janani, she is called. The Ananta Koti Brahmandas are created by her. They are protected by her, dissolved by her. By her Maya, she covers it. Tirodhana karma is being done. And Anugraha also she blesses. She becomes the reason for moksha. She becomes Panchakritya Parayana, like this Srishtikartri Brahmarupa. When doing the Srishti, she is Brahmarupini. Goptri Govinda Rupini, when doing the Avana or by protection, or when she is protecting, she is Vishnu. Samharini Rudra Rupa, when during dissolution, she is the Rudra. She is the Ishwari while doing the Tirodhana Karma. When she is doing Anugraha, she is Sadashiva. Like this, she is Panchakritya Parayana, Srishtikartri Brahmarupa, Goptri Govinda Rupini, Samharini Rudra Rupa, Tirodhanagar Ishwari, Sadashiva Anugrahata Panchakritya Parayana, she is called. Like this, she is doing Srishti, Sthiti, Samhara, Tirodhana, Anugraha, etc. She is not taking any effort. She is not laborious in her work. By mere sankalpa, by mere movement of a glance, eye glance, everything is being done like this. So, the greatness of Devi and her functions as the Panchakritya Parayana is being mentioned in this particular sloka. The Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwara, Rudra, and Ishvara, and Sadashiva are mere tools in her hands. They are adhikaris in her hands. And by her command, they follow her command and do these activities of Panchakrityas, is the content of this particular sloka. We can go for the next sloka.
जी
त्रयाणां देवानां
त्रयाणां देवानां
त्रिगुणजनितानां तव शिवे
त्रिगुणजनितानां तव शिवे
भवेत् पूजा पूजा
भवेत् पूजा पूजा
तव चरणयोर्या विरचिता
तव चरणयोर्या विरचिता
तथा हि त्वत्पादोद्वहनमणिपीठस्य निकटे
तथा हि त्वत्पादोद्वहनमणिपीठस्य निकटे
स्थिता ह्येते शश्वत्
स्थिता हेते शश्वत
मुकुलितकरोत्तं समकुटाः
मुकुलितकरोतं समकुटाः
So, Trayanam Devanam Triguna-janitanam Tavasive. Again, the same sloka is being described in a different manner. The Trimurtis, who are representative of Trigunas, Sattva, Rajas, Tamo gunas, are worshipping you. They represent the Trigunas, the three principles, three properties of this universe. They stand under you. They stand under your feet with folded hands, always. Not once in a while, not once in a day. They are doing the great work of creation, sustenance, and dissolution. But they do not do it on their own, but they do it because of your command, because of your power. They stand under you, under your holy feet, with the folded hands, with humility, extreme humility. They keep their crown near your feet. So it's the general meaning of this particular sloka. Trayanam Devanam, the three Devas, O Shiva, O Lord Devi, Tava Triguna-janitanam Trayanam Devanam. From your Trigunas, Sattva, Rajas, Tamo gunas, the Brahma, Vishnu, Rudras emerged. They need not be worshipped separately. Whatever puja that is being done to your feet becomes puja to them, because Yete, these people, these three people, Brahma, Vishnu, and Rudra, Tvatpadodvahana Manipithasya Nikate, the Manipitha, or the stand which holds your feet all the time, Sashwat, always, Mugulitagarotam Samakutaha, they are standing there with folded hands, Sthitahe. So, there is no need to separately worship the Triguna, the Trigunatmaka Brahma, Vishnu, Maheswaras, who are the great forces of this universe, Srishtikartra, Brahma, Srishtikartra, Samharakartra, and Samrakshanakarta, because they themselves come and stand before you with folded hands, with a lot of humility, under your feet, and worship your feet. So it is enough if we worship your feet alone, which becomes a puja to them. If we put flowers on your Manipitha, that automatically reaches their kiritas. If you worship your feet, their crowns are being worshipped there automatically. whatever Abhisheka or Archana or Pushpa Abhisheka we do to your Manipita, your stand, your feet, it will go and fall on their head also. So why should we worship them separately? It is not necessary to worship them separately. You are Sakala Devata Sarubini. They follow your command. They do not do anything as per their own wish and will. If you are pleased, they are also pleased. Your preeti is their preeti. Suppose if you come to ashram, and it is not necessary that you must meet everybody from the watchman to office bearers and bookstall people, canteen people, and please them. It is good if you do that. But it is not necessary that you have to do that. If you come and please Amma, if people know that you are close to Amma, everybody will become pleased. Similarly, there is no need to do a separate worship for Trimurtis who are merely following your command. That was what told in the last sloka also. There were 5 deities told in the previous sloka. Here 3 deities are told. It is told that they are worshipping you with folded hands. It is like their hands are like flower, a folded flower. It is told in Durga Chandrakala Stuti that yad pujana stuti namaskritibhir bhavanti pritaha pitamaha hara mahesha strayopi teshamapi swakarunaihi dadatim vapumshi tamishwarasya tarunim charanam prapadye. The Trimurtis are worshipping you. They are doing puja to you. They are doing namaskara to you. They become pleased when you are pleased. So whatever puja is being done to you is a puja to them also. That Devi, I am surrendering myself to that particular Devi, is the particular sloka by Apaya Dikshita in Chandrakala Stuti. Durga Chandrakala Stuti. So the same idea is being told in this particular sloka also. The Trimurtis who are representative of the Trigunas, Sattva, Rajas, Tamo Gunas, they are always worshipping you with folded hands with a lot of respect, and they accomplish whatever duty that is being bestowed to them upon you, bestowed upon them by you. Whatever puja that is being done to your feet, holy feet, becomes a puja to them also. When you are pleased, everyone are pleased. There is no need for a separate puja for the others. Your Ishtamurti is the highest. We have to worship only our Ishtamurti. Considering that by worshipping our Ishtamurti, by appeasing our Ishtamurti, everybody becomes pleased. We need not blame others. It is called as a Nahininda. You don't have to blame the other deities. It's not meant for that. We must consider our Ishtamurti as the highest. And always, with the one-pointedness, with the Ekanta Bhakti, we must worship our own Ishtamurti. That is the purpose of all types of worships. The Vishnu Bhakta considers Vishnu as the highest Paratattva. Shiva Bhakta considers Shiva as the highest Paratattva. Devi Bhaktas consider Devi as the highest Tattva. And everything else is Antarlina. Everything else is included in your own deity. So there is no need to worship anybody else. When you are living near Ganga, there is no need for any other water source. You can directly fetch it from Ganga itself. In a supermarket, you don't have to go to any other shop. Everything is available in the particular shop itself. So this is the concept that is emphasized in this particular sloka. Whatever puja you do to Devi is a puja to all the murtis in the universe, is the purpose. So due to lack of time, I'm closing my session today. I offer these thoughts to the lotus feet of Amma. My thanks to pranams to everyone who are listening to this lecture. Thank you.
Sure.
So we can close the meeting by Arati.
सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत्। शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। जय जय शिवदयिते हरिहर विरिञ्चनुत चरिते कारय मां कृतपुण्यं तव गुण गानरतं महिते तव गुणगानरतं महिते। सहस्रारकमले सततं विहररहसि धन्ये शिवाकार निजमञ्च विलसिते चिदानन्दमुदिते शरण्ये चिदानन्दमुदिते। भवानि मयि दासे दृष्टिं वितरते सकरुणां निज सायुज्य पदैकवितरणां निखिल दुःखतरणाम् ऐहिक निखिल दुःखतरणाम्। भवतु मे विलसितं सपर्या विरचनं तव शिवे समकर निपात हिमकर समान दृशा स्नपय कृपया मामपि दृशा स्नपय कृपया। अनेन धन्यमिमं मन्ये धरणिधर सुकन्ये तव स्तन्यमधुरास्वादन सुख निरस्तान्यविषयं कुरु मां निरस्तान्यविषयम्। त्वदीयमपि वचनं गदतो मदीयमिव वचनं स्वकीयसलिलैः सागरतर्पण समं जननि विदितं सकलं समं जननि विदितम्। जय जय शिवदयिते हरिहर विरिञ्चनुत चरिते कारय मां कृतपुण्यं तव गुणगानरतं महिते तव गुणगानरतं महिते
Thank you, Swamiji. Thank you all for attending.
Namaskar.
Namaskar.